Good afternoon. Phil Lindemann with your Krystal 93 News for Mountain Comfort Furnishings and Design. Xcel Energy has a reason for one power outage this week, but nothing for the other. Today's outage in Silverthorne, they say, was caused by faulty equipment. Crews patrolled that line on foot to find it. They had the juice back on in under 2 hours. Monday's 5-hour power outage is still a mystery. Crews did the same thing but found no obvious issues. In a statement, Xcel tells us Monday's outage could be anything from a squirrel to a momentary lapse in power. Employees tell us this can trip fail-safes, which leads to an extended outage. Firefighters in the foothills are throwing everything they can at a trio of wildfires burning thousands of acres since Monday. But it's not been easy.
Mountainous and steep, and it's full of scrub brush, and it's really hard to navigate on foot.
There's even this.
We have a rattlesnake problem to deal with. There's even an area in there called Rattlesnake Gulch.
That was Jefferson County Sheriff's Office from the newest fire, the Quarry Fire. It erupted after dark last night in South Jeffco, forcing hundreds to evacuate. All day, heavy tankers have been refilling on nearby Chatfield Reservoir as slurry bombers strafe 2 other larger fires. Here's Mike Smith. He's the incident commander on the largest fire, the 5,000-acre Alexander Mountain Fire near Loveland.
We were able to do some tactical firing is what we call it. So we actually get a bunch of our firefighters in place and we put fire on the ground to eliminate the fuels in front of the fire, and that helps us secure that edge.
Smith says that fire spread in 3 different directions yesterday when it nearly tripled in size.
It's a tough place to fight fire. It's one way in, one way out.
Soon, the remnants of old fires could help combat this new one.
We're really looking at the Bobcat and Cameron Peak fire scars. Those are going to really help us to keep that fire from marching too far forward.
Just 8 miles away near Lyons, the Stone Canyon fire destroyed 5 homes last night. At least 1 person is confirmed dead. Governor Jared Polis has declared a state of emergency. He and others hope this brings more resources to Colorado. But Smith on the Alexander fire knows help is stretched thin.
Nationally, we're extraordinarily busy, as well as locally. So getting these assets is really one of the challenging things for us.
Here in Summit, the haze is creeping in. We started the day with air quality in the green on the website Purple Air. It's turned green-yellow since then. Air quality's in the red just south of I-70 at Evergreen. Smoke's been lingering in canyons and valleys. This week on the State of Summit, there is a science to the art of painting on pavement.
So I do something that's called a doodle grid.
That was Frisco artist Kristy Charleston.
Just draw A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, and I'll paint it over the entire space. And then I'll take pictures of that, and then you lay that as an additional layer onto your design, so then you can scale that.
She is one of 4 artists creating a 20 by 7 foot mural right now on the Frisco Rec Path.
The side of a building, you can use like a projector to project your design, because I'll draw my design out ahead of time, and then I like to kind of stencil that. With this, that is not the case.
It's tough work, and the days are long.
About 8 hours, 8 to 9 hours.
But someone has to do it, and she's getting good at this.
I'm a dietitian and personal trainer, and then last year I applied for a couple of murals through the town of Silverthorne and Frisco. Got accepted and just kind of like kept this thing rolling, and people seem to respond really well to my art.
See Kristy's finished work by mid-August on the rec path just across from Frisco Elementary. You can find the rest on rec paths all across town. Tune in again next week for the State of Summit on Krystal 93. Local fire danger remains high today in Summit, still with no fire restrictions. In sports, the Rockies play the Angels tonight at 7:38. And in local sports, leaving the start line at 5 today are dozens of mountain bikers in Breckenridge riding the Peaks Trail time trial into Frisco. Racers are leaving every 30 seconds. Good idea to avoid the Peaks Trail tonight. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News.